I'm really feeling it!
There are a lot of popular formats for gaming videos on YouTube. You've got reviews, let's plays, comedy videos from JonTron, PBG and the like. There's even that little kid that screams at you why you don't like Sonic. And of course, people that attempt to unbox a new game and just end up making a fool of themselves. I've tried it once, didn't work quite as planned. But on YouTube, there's one video format that reigns supreme, stands above all the rest. I'm of course talking about top 10 videos, a compilation that's completely subjective and allows a creator to show off their favourite top 10 of any category, be it games, soundtracks, or even delicious flavours of cheese. So, because the idea for this video was meta as fuck, today I'll be going through my top 10 favourite gaming top 10 videos on YouTube. Let's do it. Number 10. First up is a YouTuber I only recently discovered, Nintendo Fan for the win. He uploads a lot of Pokemon content, but I'm choosing his top 10 platformer games simply because of being so very fond of the genre from a young age. Platformer games are a simple but surprisingly in-depth genre, and I'll never get tired of running to the right and jumping. It's a damn good list, holding Shovel Knight and Super Mario Galaxy among some of the best, and that's not something I can argue with. Number 9. Edutainment games. Love them or hate them, I'm sure we've all played them at some point. As a kid, there were a variety of edutainment games installed on the school computers, many of which weren't very memorable. But in this top 10 split into two videos, Brutal Moose, accompanied by Game Theory's MatPat, showcases the top 10 edutainment games, a collaborative between two of my favourite YouTubers. There's some seriously second-rate games in this video, but it's definitely amusing to watch and see how games attempt to disguise education. Number 8. Here's one you weren't expecting. Not exactly a list of things you hear often. I'm of course referring to Pro Jared's top 10 Bs in video games. Don't get me wrong, Pro Jared is a brilliant YouTuber and makes some exceptional gaming videos, but this one was downright odd, and that's why I love it. Out of all animals he could have chosen, dogs, horses, birds in video games. But no, he chose the top 10 bees in video games. And what's even better is that it's a surprisingly good list. Go check it out and be surprised at what video game bees you've been missing out this whole time. Number 7. Coming in at number 7 is something a bit different from traditional top 10 videos, and a use of the format that's actually quite innovative. Focusing primarily on content from the Dark Souls franchise, YouTuber Vati Vidya creates a series of videos highlighting 10 things you could have missed in a particular area of Dark Souls 2, including Easter eggs, rare items and various enemies. As a huge fan of Dark Souls and its sequel, I absolutely love watching these videos and discovering obscure things I otherwise never would have found. Additionally, using the like system on YouTube, Vati plays a game that if you learn something new, you have to leave a like, but if you know absolutely everything, you get to leave a dislike. Actually quite clever. Number 6. Mario games. I can almost guarantee that every one of you watching this video has played a Mario game at least once. Whether it be the original side-scrolling games, the brilliant 3D platformers like Super Mario 64 and Galaxy, or even my own personal favourite, Super Mario RPG for the SNES. In this top 10, Peanut Butter Gamer does just that, showing off his top 10 games from our favourite mustachioed plumber. There's definitely a few in there that you'd expect in a top 10, but it's still a very well made video, and I can appreciate that Super Mario RPG makes it so high up the list. Number 5. The Super Nintendo is one hell of a console, with games that define an entire generation, including Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, Chrono Trigger, and a plethora more. Attempting to condense the amazing library into a top 10, Gerard Khalil, also known as the Completionist, takes a look at some of our favourites from the 16-bit console. My personal favourite game on the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI actually makes it very high up on the list. The Completionist has some excellent taste and creates a definitive list of the best Super Nintendo games. Number 4. This one we can all relate to. Most games have one, whether you like it or not. They're the Slippies in Star Fox, the Ashleys in Resident Evil 4, and especially Porky from Earthbound. Ricky from Xenoblade might even fit into this category. To save us the trouble, Space Hamster covers the top 10 most annoying video game characters. It would normally be an effort to tolerate sitting through this list of annoying characters, but Space Hamster makes light of the situation and cracks some pretty funny jokes. Also, fuck you, Slippy. Number 3. Admit it, when playing a game, you don't think about what things in the game would smell like, let alone what characters in the game would smell like. For the most part, you probably even wouldn't want to know. However, Kid Icarus certainly does. As it turns out, most video game characters don't bathe regularly. In his list of top 10 people in games that probably stink like shit, he talks about the top 10 people in games that probably stink like shit. What more can I say? Number 2. Commercials are annoying. They plague our lives and interrupt what we actually want to watch. And chances are, you may have watched one just before this video. However, they can also be pretty damn funny, as JonTron highlights in his classic video, Top 10 Video Game Commercials. I don't know whether you can exactly call this a top 10, rather it's more the most awkward and unusual video game commercials. Not that that's exactly a bad thing. Number 1. Now it only seems appropriate with the recent announcement of Majora's Mask for the 3DS that I choose this top 10. Sure, I'm being pretty biased, but The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is one of my all-time favourite games. And in this video, PBG showcases the top 10 masks in Majora's Mask. Not only is it quite an informative video about each mask, but it's also really amusing. Especially his little song towards the end about the stone mask. A true musical masterpiece, even if I do say so myself. Be sure to go check it out. Hey guys, thanks for watching my first properly edited video. Please be sure to subscribe if you're wanting more of these in the future. If you want to check out the top 10 videos I've showcased in this video, please check the links in the description. Also, there's a couple of links on screen right now, including my Binding of Isaac Rebirth playthrough, and me and my housemate eating the box art of Sonic 06. Thanks for watching.